Honorable Director, National Institute of Unani Medicine, esteemed dignitaries, worthy head of the departments, respected faculty members, PG scholars, and hospital staff. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. I am Dr. Midhat Naseem, PG scholar from the Department of Kulliyat-e-Tibb, and I'm honored to serve you as a host for today's event, which is continuing medical education on cancer awareness, along with the inauguration of the immunization facility here at National Institute of Unani Medicine's Hospital, Bangalore. Today, we are here to raise awareness and strengthen our understanding of the most challenging health concerns of the modern times, that is cancer, while also marking a proud milestone in National Institute of Unani Medicine's journey towards innovation in preventive and community health. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, extend a warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks to each one of you for gracing this occasion with your presence. To begin with the inauguration program, may I start with inviting our honorable dignitaries onto the dais. Please join me in welcoming our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Syed Shah Alam sir, on the dais with a big round of applause. I also take privilege of inviting our distinguished guest, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar sir, Vice Chancellor, Yenopoya University, Mangalore, to kindly grace the dais. It gives me great pleasure to extend my invitation to Dr. NADIMUL sir, the head of the Department of Oral Oncology, KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore, to come forward and join us on the dais. And finally, I invite Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, the Deputy Medical Superintendent, National Institute of Unani Medicine, and the organizing chairperson of today's event to kindly come forward and take their seat on the dais. Very warm welcome to our all dignitaries on the dais. Your gracious presence truly adds honor and significance to today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin our program, and let's start it in the name of Almighty and with the recitation of few verses of Holy Quran. I request Dr. Mufti Razaullah, PG scholar from the Department of Mollajat, to come on the dais and recite few verses for us. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
A very good afternoon to all of you, respected guests, teachers, and esteemed audience. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم صدق الله العظيم. In the name of the Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, read in the name of your Lord, who created the mankind from a clinging cloth. Read, and your Lord is most generous, who taught by the pen, taught mankind what he did not know. These verses constitute the first revelation to Prophet Muhammad and emphasize the foundational principles of knowledge and creation. The word read signifies the beginning of knowledge, guidance and intellectual and spiritual enlightenment. It highlights the importance of acquiring knowledge. Allah reminds humans of their simple origin, a clinging cloud, emphasizing humility and Creator's supreme power. Describing Allah as most generous indicates that all forms of knowledge and guidance are granted through His blessing. Mentioning the pen establishes the writing as primary means of learning, preservation of knowledge, and human progress. The verse concludes that humans originally knew nothing, or learning and understanding come through Allah's teaching and favor. Thank you.
Jazakallahu khair. Thank you very much. May Almighty bless you and all of us in abundance. Now it's time for us to express our heartfelt gratitude and extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed dignitaries by presenting them with a sapling and an honorary drape as a token of our respect and appreciation. To begin with the felicitation, I first request our Honorable Director, Professor Syed Shah Alam Sir, to kindly present a token of welcome to Dr. M. VIJAYA Sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Yenopoya University, Mangalore. I again request our esteemed director to kindly present a token of welcome to Dr. NADIMUL Sir, the Head Department of Oral Oncology, KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore. Now I request Dr. M. VIJAYA Sir to kindly present a token of welcome to our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Syed Shah Alam Sir, as a gesture of mutual respect and appreciation. Once again, I request our Honorable Director to kindly present a token of welcome to Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, Deputy Medical Superintendent and the organizing chairperson of today's program, as a gesture of heartfelt welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all our esteemed dignitaries. Thank you, everyone. It's now my privilege to call upon our distinguished Deputy Medical Superintendent and the organizing chairperson of today's event, Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, to kindly begin the proceedings with his introductory and welcome remarks. Let's put our hands together and welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Middat. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor M. VIJAYA Sir, Professor Syed Shah Alam Sir, Dr. NADIMUL Sir, of the dais, head of the departments, faculties, guests, and my dear students. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. It is indeed a matter of great honor and privilege to welcome you all to this significant and meaningful occasion, the continuing medical education on cancer awareness and the inauguration of the immunization facility at the National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bengaluru. This day marks another important step in our efforts to use our resources to improve the health, promote prevention, and achieve excellence in teaching and patient care. On behalf of National Institute of Unani Medicine, I am pleased to extend my warmest greetings and heartfelt welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Yenopoya University, Mangalore, Professor Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, sir. Despite his busy schedule, sir managed to join us and share his expertise with us. I also welcome our guest of honor, Dr. NADIMUL HODA, sir, Head Department of Oral Oncology, KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology. Sir has nicely coordinated us in making this event memorable. I also extend my warm welcome to our director, Professor Syed Shah, sir, who has always been there as guiding force, offering support, vision, and encouragement to help us grow and excel. Today's program holds special significance as it addresses two vital dimensions. One is cancer awareness and other is immunization. Cancer continues to be one of the leading causes of mortality worldwide. Therefore, awareness about its early detection, preventive strategies, and management is crucial. Through this CME, we aim to provide a platform for experts, share their knowledge and insights, bridging modern scientific understanding and traditional wisdom. This program was earlier planned for November 7th on the occasion of National Cancer Awareness Day. However, due to busy schedules of our speakers and our director, sir, it was rescheduled for today, that is November 14th, which is also observed as Children's Day. So on this special day, we are inaugurating immunization facility for children at NIUM Hospital in Bengaluru in collaboration with the district health authorities. The inauguration of the immunization facility at NIUM Hospital is a significant advancement in our preventive health care services. This facility will ensure systematic immunization for children, thereby protecting our community from vaccine-preventable diseases. It reflects commitment of NIUM in integrating preventive and curative care, which is a core principle of Unani medicine. Dear guests, at NIUM Hospital, we take pride in our tradition of excellence in patient care. Initiatives like today's event remind us that healthcare is not limited to treating disease, but also involves spreading awareness and strengthening prevention. I am delighted to share that under the leadership of our visionary director, sir, our hospital has recently introduced a dedicated cancer clinic. This clinic currently functions once a week and provides compassionate palliative care. With growing response and commitment, we are working diligently to expand this service to a 6-day facility, ensuring broader access and continuous care for all who need it. Very soon, we will be establishing the IEC, Information, Education and Communication Cell, in our hospital as an important extension of the community medicine. A dedicated space has already been identified and the necessary procurement is currently underway. This initiative will further strengthen our outreach, awareness and patient education efforts, helping us serve the community more effectively. We are committed to introducing the Ayushman Bharat scheme in our hospital and the necessary documentation is already in progress. This step will soon enable us to extend essential, affordable healthcare services to a large section of our community. I am also pleased to share that our 180-bedded hospital has achieved 100% bed occupancy across all general wards. With a long growing waiting list for admissions. This stands as a clear reflection of the devoted patient care provided by our consultants and our hospital staff. Finally, I once again extend a warm welcome to all of you. May this occasion inspire us to strengthen our shared commitment to serving humanity through holistic healing and compassionate care. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for those warm words of welcome and for opening today's program with such clarity and warmth. We are indeed deeply honored and privileged to have our esteemed director, Professor Dr. Syed Shah Alam sir, with us today. His visionary leadership, profound wisdom, and unwavering dedication to excellence continue to inspire and guide us all. With utmost respect, I now request our honorable director to kindly address the gathering and share his valuable words. Please welcome, sir.
Respected dignitaries, Professor M. Vijay Kumar ji, Vice Chancellor, Yenopoya, deemed to be University Bengaluru, Dr. NADIMUL HODA, HOD, Oral Oncology, KIDWAI Memorial Institute Oncology, Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, DMS, National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bengaluru, Head of Departments of our institute, faculty members, dear students, and esteemed participants who are present here. Assalamu alaikum. A very good afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to stand before you on this momentous occasion. The CME program on cancer awareness and inauguration of the immunization facility at our NIUM Hospital. This event is a reflection of our continuous effort to expand the scope of healthcare delivery, enhance academic excellence, and integrate preventive, curative, and palliative approach in our system of medicine. The NIUM Bengaluru is an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Academic activities at NIUM Bengaluru started since 2004. Over the past 2 decades, the institute has grown into a premier institution in the field of Unani medicine. This institution also served in the field of Unani education, research, patient care, guided by a clear vision. NIM strives to integrate the time-tested wisdom of Unani system of medicine in the scientific advancement to provide comprehensive healthcare to the society. With the establishment of its satellite campus in the Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, the National Institute of Unani Medicine had expanded its academic and healthcare footprint in northern India. Academic activities commenced in 2024 with an annual intake of 49 students in Ghaziabad in 7 disciplines. Beyond academic, the institute emphasized modern healthcare delivery, outpatient services, specialized clinics, and research laboratories. NIM Ghaziabad is also envisioned as a hub for international collaboration in Unani medicine research and education. By entrusting traditional Unani knowledge with modern healthcare system, NIM Ghaziabad aims to serve patients from the region and beyond, bridging education, clinical services, and research under one roof. At NIM Bengaluru, we offer postgraduate programs, MD and MS in 10 disciplines, and PhD programs in 4 specialized areas. Our academic strength is anchored in a dedicated team of highly qualified faculty members who consistently engage in innovative teaching, research, and clinical practice. The institute fosters an environment that promotes intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, and the scientific validation of traditional system of Unani knowledge. And the NIM Bengaluru Hospital, a fully functional 180-bedded teaching hospital, delivers quality Unani healthcare to lakhs of patients each year. The hospital is equipped with classical and modern therapeutic and diagnostic facilities, including regimenal therapy, hammam, pathology, radiology units, as well as well-established operation theaters, maternity unit. Our specialized clinics address a broad range of ailments, ranging from the musculoskeletal and dermatological, gastrointestinal, neurological, and metabolic disorders, etc. The inauguration of the immunization facility today marks a new chapter in our institute growth. This new facility will strengthen our preventive healthcare services by providing systemic immunization for children, adolescents, and adults against various vaccine-preventable diseases. This initiative will not only benefit our hospital regular patients, but will also extend its services to the community. Equally important in our CME on cancer awareness, which brings together expert clinicians and scholars to address one of the most pressing healthcare challenges of our times. Cancer continues to be a leading cause of morbidity and mortality. Worldwide, making awareness about its risk factor, early detection, and management critically important. Through this CME, we aim to enhance understanding of cancer prevention, highlight the significance of lifestyle modification, and explore the supportive and palliative role that traditional systems like Unani can offer. The Unani system, with its emphasis on detoxification, immune modulation, and dietotherapy, provides valuable principles that may complement conventional cancer care and help improve the overall quality of life of patient. The Institute has taken a proactive step by initiating a weekly cancer OPD to enhance early detection and guidance for the patient. The Institute has made significant advancement in research with more than 500 research articles published in national and international index journal. In addition to these, the Institute also publishes 2 journals annually. Biannually, I think. We continue to engage actively in clinical, literary, and pharmacological studies with a strong emphasis on the validation and standardization of Unani formulation. Our modern laboratories, well-equipped library, digital resource center, herbal garden, housing over 300 medicinal plant, and in-house pharmacy. We are equally committed to community outreach and public health education. NIUM regularly conduct health camps, survey, and awareness program in different areas. In addition to its clinical and research excellence, NIUM offer a vibrant campus environment with the residential facility, student hostel, and serene atmosphere conducive to both learning and healing. The Institute infrastructure continue to expand its study to meet its growing academic and healthcare need. As we celebrate today dual milestone, the inauguration of the immunization facility and CME on cancer awareness, we reaffirm our commitment for promoting integrated, inclusive, and innovative healthcare. These initiatives align with the broader vision of the Ministry of Ayush and Government of India to strengthen traditional system of medicine. In conclusion, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the organizers, faculty members, staff, and students who have worked tirelessly to make today's event a success. I also convey my sincere thanks to our esteemed guests, collaborators, and well-wishers for their continued support and encouragement. Together, let us strive to uphold the noble principle of Unani medicine, compassion, balance, and holistic healing with the welfare of society and betterment of humanity for the patient and for the nation. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and inspiring words and for giving such a comprehensive and insightful overview of our institute. We are truly honored to have your guidance and vision leading us. And now it's time for the most awaited and the truly special moment of today's program, the inauguration of the immunization facility here at National Institute of Unani Medicine, Bangalore. It's indeed a proud milestone for our institute in strengthening preventive healthcare and public health initiatives. It gives me immense pleasure to invite our chief guest, Dr. M. VIJAYA, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Yenopoya University, to inaugurate the facility digitally in the esteemed presence of our Honorable Director, Professor Syed Shah Alam, sir. I would also request all the dignitaries on the dais and the esteemed members of the organizing committee, along with Dr. Renuka BN and Dr. Sandida Tabassum ma'am, to kindly join us for the inauguration. Thank you very much. Thank you all. I extend a heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished dignitaries for their gracious presence and for making this inauguration truly special. Thank you once again. I now request our esteemed guests to kindly take their seats off the dais and join us in the first row as we move forward to begin the CME session. However, I would request Dr. M. Vijay sir to kindly remain on the dais as he'll be delivering the first lecture of the session. Thank you very much. As you all know, the topic of today. As you all know, the topic of today's CME program is awareness of cancer, which remains one of the most challenging health issues worldwide, and creating awareness about its prevention, early detection, and timely management is essential to combat its growing impact on society. To enlighten on this crucial subject, we are privileged to have two esteemed speakers with us today. Before inviting our first speaker, let me take a few moments to introduce him to you all. Professor M. Vijay sir is an eminent surgical oncologist at the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Yenopoya University, Mangalore. Sir has also served as the former director of KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore, where he made significant contributions to cancer care, education, and research. Dr. Vijay Kumar completed his MBBS from Madras University at the Government Medical College, Tamil Nadu. He further pursued the Diplomat of National Board in HAL Hospital, Bangalore, and obtained his MCH degree from Bangalore University at the renowned KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology. In addition to these achievements, Dr. Vijay Kumar has completed a postgraduate diploma in hospital management and various prestigious fellowships, including FRCS, FICS, reflecting his commitment to continuous professional growth and adherence to international standards of surgical excellence. With almost 40 years of experience in teaching and research, Dr. Vijay Kumar guided numerous MCH and PhD scholars and has authored more than 90 research publications in reputed journals and edited important academic volumes. In recognition of his outstanding contributions, he has received several prestigious awards, including the Professor Emeritus Award by Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science and the Honored Surgeon Award by the Association of Surgeons of India. In 2021, Dr. Vijay Kumar has also held several other prestigious positions. He was the former president of the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology and is currently the vice president of the Osteomates India. Beyond these, he has been actively involved in various national and regional surgical and oncology bodies, contributing immensely to academic collaboration and the advancement of cancer care in India. A true visionary and a passionate academician, Dr. Vijay Kumar continues to inspire generations of medical professionals through his leadership, dedication, and pioneering work in cancer research and education. So we are truly honored to have you with us today. So without further ado, let's listen to Dr. Vijay Kumar, who will be speaking on the cancer awareness, a topic which holds great relevance. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Vijay Kumar, sir, with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. As a professor, I always wake up my students. Always they sleep, after good lunch. And before I start this program, I wanted to say a few things, then I'll go. The most important one is that I was not knowing that I have to go through the poster session. The PhD scholars would have felt very unhappy with me that I ran like a 100 meters race because of the shortage of time. On the other hand, I'm keen on knowing what they have done. I have requested the DMS, Dr. Firdaus Ahmed, to help me get that by WhatsApp to me. I'll go through it sincerely. And if it is worthy of having a startup, I will tell you what it is and how to do it. And the most important thing, before I start the cancer awareness, many of us, in our profession, whether it is our stream, it is Ayurveda, Unani, or Siddha, or homeopathy, or anything else, or in mind, we just think that we treat patients, and then next day come on, treat patients. But there is something more is happening today in our country, which I wanted to tell before I start the for the talk which I have been called for. After seeing the poster, I thought I should introduce that topic to you. That is what we call it as incubator and innovative facility, opened up by both Government of Karnataka as well as Government of India, which I'm sure quite a few of you may not be even aware. What is that incubator is all about? It is about having an innovation center, and that center will be supported by, in our center, I am coming from Yenopoya University, wherein it is supported by Government of India now, and one more project I have just got it, which is MOU signed from Government of Karnataka. What is this incubator or innovator does is help if you have an idea, as they have presented to me, then we help you to handhold and make you write a project and tell you what is IPR. IPR is intellectual property rights, and then make it happen and take you to the next level of research. And for which we don't just give only advice and suggestion. If it is accepted or chosen by the committee which is elected by the BIRAC. BIRAC is a Biotechnology Innovation Research Assisting Council, which is a part of Government of India autonomous body, which gives money up to 2 crores of rupees if it is individually chosen. And a simple ideation, they give around 10 lakhs of rupees and handhold them how to take it to the next level, and we will be giving that opportunity to work with us if selected. And that is how you become a startup. Startup is a company. You become an entrepreneur, not an employee. That is what the Government of India and Government of Karnataka are trying to do, not create employees out of the students, but employers who can give employment. And this is the incubation center part of it, which I wanted to tell because I was running through fast in the poster. They would have thought I am not given importance to. So all of them are expected to talk to the DMS and then come back to me. I'll be happy to help you all. Having said that, today's our talk would be on cancer awareness. Before I start, I should thank the Professor Syed Shah Alam, the director, and Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, DMS, and more importantly, I'll stress on that, Dr. Nadia Khanum Aramo, who was more instrumental and bugging me like any typical lady, no? They bug. She did that to me so that I'm here. I'm telling in a lighter tone, don't get upset. So, of course, Dr. NADIMUL was long back, worked with me. Now he is the HOD of Oral Oncology in KIDWAI Cancer Institute. He also coordinated, and I'm thankful that I'm here. And I have divided this cancer awareness talk into 2 parts. One part is, of course, which I want you to know, and I'm going to say whether you like it or not. The second part is about what we do in cancer treatment, which may or may not be liked by you. That depends on you. You say, yes, I will treat, otherwise I'll stop with what I want you to know about cancer. With that small introduction, I'll go on. As they said, all this came for only one reason. 31 years I have served in KIDWAI as a professor, then director, and now I am 10 years. I have finished 41 years today. Tomorrow I am finishing 41 years in cancer surgery. But the point is, in our country, I didn't say that for the sake of clapping, but why I said that is, it is painful that even today we see them with large tumors coming to us. That put me off, because whatever you do, such large tumors, whichever stream of medicine, we are not going to cure such people. So the aim of this cancer awareness whole program is that you try to catch them early, so that you can detect early, means you are going to cure them much more and much better way. And that is with that in mind, and this as a bird's eye view, I am going to tell the first half. If you are interested, I said, I will go to the second half. That is my basic thing. And you all know this. I am sure you are all in a stream of Unani medicine, which I know nothing. That's the first rider. I don't know anything about Unani medicine. And so you should not feel bad about it. I'll be only talking mine, and how you chip in is yours. So I'll start from the very basic question, what is cancer? You may think that I know everything, you may know that, but I want to tell from my angle in a simple way. Many definitions, big bombastic definitions are there. From my side, it is very simple. Because it is happening at the genetic level, it's a genetic disorder, which results in a purposeless, unregulated growth, which will kill the host untreated. That's as simple as that. Untreated, they will die, and it is a purposeless and unregulated growth. That is what cancer is all about. Then why should we be aware of cancer? You be aware of cancer. After all, if cancer comes, we'll see. That is what the tendency today. That is why I am trying to talk about that. You should be aware of cancer. Beware and be aware, I always say. You clear it, beware of cancer. It is a little dangerous disease. And be aware of it so that we can move in a direction how we all join together either to prevent it or cure it instead of sitting and talking only palliative care, which what we do. The WHO definition of cancer treatment in 1970s is that cure sometimes, palliation often, and comfort always. I repeat, cure sometimes, palliation often, comfort always. But that is in 70s. Whereas in India, even today, that is what is happening. Cure sometimes, very few times they come in a early stage. That's why I said cure sometimes. Palliation often, because we have to give symptom relief to them, and comfort always. Whether it is stage 1 or 4, we have to do that. And that is what we are talking about. And why I'm repeatedly telling is in such a, the ICMR data, if you take it for example, 10 years ago data is less than 12% of the patients who are coming to any cancer setting or hospital setting belong to stage 1 and 2. Whereas 88% of them belong to stage 3 and 4. That is very annoying in a country of this big, if it is converted into numbers, where it will go. And that should not happen is what the idea here is. And of course, the current data of ICMR says 30% of them are coming early. That is when they are presenting to us, we know. There are so many people who are in the tribal and rural with whom I work with that they don't even come. So there is no data exactly available, how many are early, how many are late. Who are presenting to the hospital, we have a data. Who do not present, we don't have data. So with all this, we should be aware in any professional in the medical side should be aware of it. And in our estimated population of this much, it is a old data. Almost 10 lakhs are every year adding to the cancer in India. Every year we are adding 10 lakhs of people in the cancer. And of the cancers, so many are there from head to foot. Why we are concentrating, or WHO is asking us to concentrate on the 3 cancers: breast cancer, cervical cancer, and oral cancer. You will be wondering why we are talking only these 3, why not other cancers? Not that we are giving lesser importance. The idea here is, 1, these 3 cancers put together will be taking care of the tumor burden of our country more than 50%. That means oral cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, if you take care of them 3, we will be taking care of more than 50% of the tumor burden in India. That is one reason. That is India as a whole if you look at it. And secondly, if you look at the individual cancers of the 3, oral, breast, and cervical, all 3 are basically superficial in nature. Oral, just ask the person to open the mouth, you can see the cancer. You just palpate the breast, you get the cancer. You just look at the cervix, you get the cancer. So it is all superficial and easily detectable, easily treatable. If it's detected early, 100% curable. With all this in mind, they are talking about these 3 cancers we are giving importance to. What is the Indian scenario? I have been repeatedly telling that it is about 10 lakhs, out of which these are the 5 cancers in the men and women, which are top 5. As I already told you, this is only a repetition of that. Cervix, breast, and oral. And in men, one more cancer is coming up, that is lung. But unfortunately, what happens in the lung cancer, early detection or prevention, early detection is very difficult. So when you are talking about all this, one should know why we are talking about it is, most of you may be wondering, as I gave the data, they come an advanced stage of the disease, said what can we do about it? Please understand, 2/3 of the cancers are preventable. So we are missing the chance of preventing and sitting and talking and spending crores of rupees on treating. So if you can catch them early, again, apart from the prevention, totally preventing, second is secondary prevention, catch them early, you can treat it effectively. There are 3 types of preventions, which I am sure you all know: primary prevention, secondary, and tertiary. Primary prevention is preventing the actual exposure of the known cancer-producing agent to the body. That is called primary prevention. Secondary prevention is preventing the early death due to cancer, and hence you catch them early and so you can cure. Tertiary prevention is actual treatment so that when the patient comes to you, so that you are preventing the premature death as well as the complications. So these are the three types of prevention. That becomes a little social and preventive medicine class, which I am not going. What is I am impressing here is 2/3 of them are preventable. That's the only thing. Out of that, the do's and don'ts only I am going to talk first, then I told you the second part only is going to talk about treatment. It's very simple. Make a healthy life, have exercise, participate in the screening, and knowledge about the common symptoms and awareness where to go. The don'ts are important. Don'ts are important because we are talking more of the lifestyle factors here. Tobacco, for example. It's proved beyond doubt tobacco, as I will be talking further on that, but beyond doubt in our country, I don't know how many of you know what is, you look at tobacco, you think of only smoking. But unfortunately in our country, there is other form of tobacco usage that's called as smokeless tobacco. Most of the time you would have seen people chewing tobacco in some form or the other. That is causing more damage because if you look at India as a whole, 75% of the people who are using tobacco use it as a smokeless tobacco, unlike the Western countries. In Western countries, the ulta, it is 90 to 95% of them, they use tobacco for smoking. Whereas in our country, 25% of them only use smoking tobacco, use it as smoking, whereas the smokeless tobacco is much, much more common. So when you say tobacco, you don't look at only cigarette and cigar and bidi, but you have to look at the smokeless tobacco also. So smoking is one of the most important known cancer producing agents, smoking tobacco I'm talking. Next is alcohol. These both are basically lifestyle factors. After all, it is up to you to decide whether you should have or any individual says that. You stay away from tobacco and alcohol, you are going to stay away from at least 7 or 8 cancers altogether. So this is what we are trying to talk here. That is do's and don'ts, and what you are coming there. How do you do that, you may ask. You need not go like what I am going to tell about camps, etc. When you practice, you sit in your clinic, one extra 2 lines to them. Are you smoking or using tobacco? If you are using, try to counsel them not to use. And if you are not using, tell them good that you are good, otherwise you will get cancer. These 2 lines is easy for you to talk. Repeatedly reinforcing that about the ill effects may prevent them from getting into the habit of tobacco usage, or if they are already using, I have to bring them down. That is the way you can behave as an individual. For that, you don't require an institution. Next comes, I told about the primary prevention now. And secondly, we'll go to the early detection. There is, I told you, given half an hour, I can't talk the whole of the cancer, but I just took breast cancer here because it is upcoming, and the more important today in women is, in our country today, it is topmost cancer in women. Many of you may not even know the breast cancer. We used to think, or we are taught 20 years ago, it is a Western more cancer. Whereas in India, today it has become the first cancer. If you look at it, data-wise, if you look at it, see, I put data, many people get upset with the numbers, so I don't put the data to irritate you, but I talk so that you'll get more irritated. See, the number is this, very simple, that you see 100 women coming to cancer to a hospital setting, 100 women cancer, if they come to the hospital setting, 24 of them will have breast cancer, 24 of them. And 19 of them will have cervical cancer. 6 of them will have oral cancer. This is the data from Globocon 2022. You can go and check your internet. So 24 out of 100, 19 out of 100, 6 out of 100, we are talking that. And so I have chosen breast cancer to talk in a little more in detail about screening part of it. And anyway, my colleague, Dr. Nadim, is going to cover the oral cancer. We'll leave it to him. So breast cancer, if you look at it, unfortunate situation is there is no one single agent we can say, don't use this to prevent you from getting cancer breast. Whereas in oral cavity, oral cancer, lung cancer, we can always tell, don't use tobacco, otherwise you will get cancer. Whereas in breast, we can't. So the primary prevention is gone. So the only thing what is available with us is the secondary prevention is nothing but screening and early detection. What do? We stratify them with all your history taking and the Gale's index scoring, and we'll say whether it's average risk or higher risk. For average risk, higher risk, both we are going to do the same thing, but the frequency is different, and the age at which we start will be different. Minus 10 years in high risk, whereas 40 years and above will be the average risk. Basically, we do clinical examination, teach them self-breast examination, and annually we do mammogram. And in the high risk, it is the same thing, but much more earlier we take. That is 10 years minus we start the whole program, so that the chances of their getting cancer in this group, high risk group, is much earlier when compared to the average risk group. This warning signals of cancer is very popular 40 years ago, which I have said it to put it here only to say this is useless as far as screening is concerned. When you have this already, that means there are the early signs of cancer. So it has already occurred. To catch them early in stage 1, maybe it will be useful, but not to prevent or screening. Screening is done on apparently normal individuals. It is not done on patients. If you do it on patients, it is not screening, it is diagnostic. So the screening is done on all people and we do it. So that is how the screening part of it is. Am I caught sitting and talking theory here? No. I just take the case study of what we have done in the last 10 years, not with numbers, to tell what we have done, which you also can do in your place. I used the NSS group, and then we went and taught the NSS volunteers, 13,500 volunteers have been taught in that first study, and through Mangalore University and our university. And we made them go to the rural during the camp and teach them about the early signs, early signals, what is preventable, etc., etc. Just created awareness on that. The first thing I did was that, and then we went to the ASHA and Anganwadi workers, and we taught them how to, what is cancer, etc., and then one step ahead, how to detect them. Because they are the people who are the grassroots in the population, and so we teach them how to visually pick up early cancer. It's called as visual inspection, and we see them, teach them how to pick up oral cancer visually and by palpation breast cancer. This is what the second thing we did. And seeing all this, the Rotary Club of Mangalore gave us a big bus. This is the bus which they gave us by donation, and in which we have got now the mammogram machine, colposcopy, etc. Once we got it, now I am working with, our team is working with Government of Karnataka. In 5 districts of Karnataka, the tribal population, we are trying to go and screen them on non-communicabilities, that oral cancer, breast and cervical cancer, using this platform. What you are seeing is the mammography machine inside the bus. And apart from that, having gone there, we check for the diabetes, hypertension, and anemia also. Somehow anemia is very common in the tribal population, and so Government of Karnataka asked me to include that also. So now we are working with Government of Karnataka, using them, and we go to the 5 districts and tribal population. They don't come to us. That's the problem with the tribal population. So we have to go to them, and that's what we are doing. And once we have done this, then I did actually the awareness and kept quiet, but the Government of Karnataka asked me to write this project. That's what I have written there, Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, Kodagu, Chamrayanagar, Ramnagar. In all these 5 districts, now we are working with the tribal population to catch them early. We go there with a team, train the team, and when they do it. And one another problem in our country, probably it is a custom problem, irrespective of who they are, is they won't submit themselves for testing. If I go there saying that I got 40 years, etc., they see me as a man. A woman sees me as a man. And so what I did was the Well Women Clinic, which I told you, this is called as Well Women Clinic, so I don't use the word cancer, so they will not get ours and run away. 2, it is by women, for women, of women. Except for the driver, everybody is a woman, so that they will come. That custom block is not there. Then they at least submit themselves for the screening and early detection. This is the second thing which I did it, that is run by the women only. It is headed by women. Our name is Dr. Ashni Shetty. And our team, 10 members, all are women only. Whether the nurse, the social worker, whoever it is, they go there and they do this. Having said that, why cancer occurs is the next part we may ask. The screening part, I said preventive, etc., etc. But unfortunately, we don't know why cancer occurs in most of the time. Only few times we know why it happens. For example, we know this cancer is occurring because of tobacco. I was going on talking. But otherwise, how it happens? So it is simple. If you ask me, I'm doing it in a very, very simple way I'm putting. It's a genetic problem. What is the genetic problem? It is, in every cell, there are two genes are there. I'm sure all of you know what is a cell, what is a nucleus, what is a chromosome and a gene. So there are two genes are there in everybody's body, you, me, everybody. One is called as a proto-oncogene, and the other one is called a tumor suppressor gene. It's also called as anti-oncogene. Then what do? I simply tell it for understanding. It's like a married couple, no? Most of the time you know what women say. Tell the husband after 1 year, first 1 year they'll be very submissive. Afterwards they'll start telling, don't do this, don't do that. That's all they tell. Am I right? That's what you tell. And that is what the anti-oncogene does. Anti-oncogene, what does it? It will not allow the oncogene to overdo things. The oncogene's part is just to allow the cell to grow, proliferate. But at the same time, the anti-oncogene will say when to stop. The stop signal, if it is there, then only the normal growth occurs. In the normal cell, for example, a simple example I always tell, you have a cut during shaving, you see a cut, then the cells grow like that and touches, it stops growing. What stops it is the stop signal. Whereas in a cell which is transformed, that stop signal obeying is gone. It doesn't obey. That oncogene will not obey the anti-oncogene. That the husband will not obey the wife. You know what happens to the family, on to dogs. So the same thing happened to the cell. The cell which is normal has to have a balance of this oncogene and anti-oncogene, which is lost. And if the imbalance is in favor of oncogene, then the cancer occurs. This is a simple way of understanding. But what makes this anti-oncogene deleted, removed, or suppressed, or the oncogene which is already working, it gets amplified? That is what the carcinogenesis is all about. So carcinogenesis is simple. The oncogene should get amplified or anti-oncogene work should go out, one of the two. So the balance will be in favor of the oncogene. It can be done by any method. It can be a gene which triggers, or it can be a physical, it can be chemical, it can be biological. Any one of these outside factors can convert or remove or amplify, whichever way it is. That is, amplify the oncogene level or remove the functioning of the anti-oncogene or suppresses, then the cancer occurs. And that is why a transformed cell which does not listen to law or instruction is called as a rogue cell. A rogue is one who does not believe in listening or obeying the law. So the cancer cell is called as a rogue cell. A rogue cell is one which does not obey law. So it starts triggering, you trigger the growth, it will not stop. It will not stop. Whereas in natural level, it will stop. The moment one cell says the other cell stop, it will stop. Whereas it will not stop, and that is the basis of cancer production. And that cancer production can be accentuated by biological, physical, and chemical. Physical, if you take, you say, you know radiation, somebody was showing me today UV radiation. And UV is called as UVA, UVB, UVC. That's different spectrum are there. But in that spectrum, if you go and expose yourself more, and then you get the skin cancer, for example. And that is what they were trying to explain to me. The second part is the heat. Somebody said it's coming from Kashmir. I think DMS. Yeah. I have not seen, maybe you would have seen, what is called as Kangri cancer. What is Kangri cancer, if you ask me? I have not seen one, I have seen only the photo. Because of those days, I'm talking long back, those days, because it is so cold, to keep them warm, they put a charcoal, the hot charcoal in a pot and tie it on a belt here. Tie it as a belt to go about it, keep them warm. And that place which gets heated up with such a high heat, develop the skin cancer that's called as Kangri cancer. How far they are using nowadays? They use nowadays also? On the rural side, or they use? He says it is, even today it is used. I don't know. That's how the Kangri cancer arises. Next is tobacco. Tobacco, as I already told you also know, but why tobacco is important is it's called as a total cancer producing agent. It's called as total carcinogen. Because a chemical carcinogenesis, if you take development of cancer, it has to have a step ladder. And that should initiate, that should promote, then it should progress. Initiate, progress, promote and progress. There are 3 steps. Whereas this tobacco has got all the 3 chemicals in it, which will initiate, which will promote and progress. And that is why it is called as a total carcinogen. And that is why we are repeatedly telling, don't use tobacco, because it is proved to have at least 7 cancers I have narrated there, including bladder cancer, cervical cancer. You all know lung, you all know oral, you all know esophagus, but it is also a part of association with bladder cancer, pancreatic cancer, and cervical cancer. And as I said, in our country, the most important thing is smokeless rather than smoking. And recently they have found out even tobacco usage is one of the reasons or causative agents in breast cancer also. Coming to the other chemicals, which is of course of lesser importance from a general point of view, because it is a chemical used in the industry. So these are all industry based and or occupation based. The paint has got arsenic, for example. So asbestos people who are using with asbestos, it's an occupational, but it is all known, documented, this chemical, if it is there, what cancer occurs. Asbestos is there, pleural cancer, lung cancer, arsenic is there, skin. All these are not day-to-day usage. But recently, I don't know how many of you see the WhatsApp messages coming from Bengaluru Oncology group. They did a study in HCG. They are coming out saying that the hair dye, if you keep it, when use it, it produces urinary bladder cancer. That's what they came out with. I am wantonly telling the name because I don't know how far it is correct or proved, but they say they have proved it and they have published it saying that because it's a chemical, keep it on the hair for a long time, it settles down and goes through the skin, and thereby the excretion has to be in the bladder and so causes bladder cancer. I have already talked enough of the alcohol part of it and food. One point I would like to say here instead of talking more. Many people will say, I have not used anything, whatever you said, sir, but my mother has got cancer. That is the usual statement coming back. That is the most unfortunate because we don't know the cause of cancer in all the cancers, as I told. Say, for example, breast cancer. So, the relative risk means the risk of that woman who has got no such high risk factors getting cancer is considered as 1. I'm talking arithmetic, 1. If you use something and the chances are more than that, we say it is higher risk. And it's also called as relative risk, RR. If you use tobacco, there are 8 times chances of you getting cancer when compared to the normal population, and that's why we call relative risk is higher, 8 times. If you use alcohol, it is 2 times. Most of the people you would have seen alcoholics using tobacco, alcohol. When you use both, it is 16 times. So that is why we are telling don't use tobacco, don't use alcohol. It has been proved beyond doubt that these are all causing cancer, and so don't use it. Any biology, that is biological means I am talking about bacteria, virus, etc. One bacteria which is proved beyond doubt is H. pylori, which is related to stomach cancer and also related to lymphoma of the stomach. So when you eradicate the H. pylori, then the chances of them getting stomach cancer comes down. One of the common cancers in India, South India, is stomach cancer, South India. Whereas in the North India, one of the common cancers is gallbladder cancer, cholangiocarcinoma. In the Ganges belt, we get more related to gallbladder cancer, whereas in the South, we get more of stomach cancer. This is a geographical variation, but what I am trying to say, the H. pylori infection is the cause of stomach cancer. Whereas if you look at viruses, human papilloma virus causes cervical cancer, and EBV is Epstein-Barr virus. It causes nasopharynx, and the hepatitis B virus causes hepatocellular carcinoma. So that is why today we spoke about vaccination. That is the usual immunization schedule they are talking for children. Whereas hepatitis B vaccination is, we give it for all people who are related to blood. That is doctors, nurses, technicians who are drawing blood. The chances of them getting hepatitis B infection is very, very high. Out of them, a small proportion will have the carrier, and then they get cancer after 20 years. So to prevent that, we can always prevent it by giving a vaccination. Today, HPV vaccination has come, and HPV subtype 16 and 18, we call it, bivalent. There are quadrivalent vaccines are also there, and both these vaccines are available today in India, and the Serum Institute is producing it, manufacturing it in India. If you want me to give the comparison of the cost, the imported vaccine is 10,000 rupees, whereas the Serum Institute is giving it for 1,400, and easy to give it for that. Today, the Government of India is rolling out for between 8 and 14, they are telling, but the science says you can give up to 25 years, but the Government of India is rolling out between 8 years and 14 years for all girls, and when you do that, you can effectively treat the, prevent the human papilloma virus induced cervix. Having said that, you must also have a clue of what is happening to the imaging, which is important because you may also use it in your practice. This is the PET CT on one side, and then the other side is the SPECT CT. That is, these are all some of the advances. You know CT scan, you know ultrasound, you know MRI. Now today we are trying to combine the PET. PET is positron emission tomography. You have to give an isotope. It will flare up when there is a cancer somewhere, but the image is mixed with the CT scan, for example, then you can identify where exactly. And you can go up to 5 millimeters. You can pick up these cases where it can spread all over the body. You do the scan and then do it. This is extensively used today for knowing whether it has spread or not, and it is very often done. And because our center, Yenopoya, was totally funded for cancer treatment by Tata Trust, we established a cancer center where we are doing it free for below poverty line patients, free. If they don't come with a card, then we can go for children 5,000 and 9,000. You may be wondering why I'm talking this so much money. You go and ask in Bangalore, I know the cost is around 20 to 30,000 rupees. That is the range. But here we are doing it free and also lesser cost if you don't have that. That is because the Tata Trust has helped us and to establish that. And bone scan, etc., can be done. And this is some of the imaging now today. You are seeing that the mammogram on that side is a digital mammogram. You can see on that corner, that is a cancer which is sitting there. And the same thing I am showing it, the MR mammogram down there. You can see this. And the other one is ultrasound. All three are the same images, same patient with 3 images. One is ultrasound, that's called a sonomammogram. That is called as X-ray mammogram. And in the center is called MR mammogram. MR mammogram is not done routinely. When you have a doubt, we will go for a patient which you are not sure, then we do. Otherwise, what is routinely done for screening purposes and early detection is sonomammogram, that is ultrasound mammogram, and the X-ray mammogram. It's very simple, but it will pick up, and you can pick up to 5 millimeters. Less than that, it cannot. But microcalcification, if they are there, easily you can pick up, and you can treat them effectively when it is very early. These are some other things which I want to show because they are all new things which is coming for your knowledge. One is the, that side you are seeing the CT scan, this side the MR cholangiogram, and then you are seeing what I showed you. This is how it looks as far as the PET CT is concerned. This is the last image which we are talking about is the PET CT, and where the positron emission tomography is coming in a big way. We are trying in our university, we are trying to fuse it with the MRI so that the cost of PET MR is around 40,000 to 50,000 rupees per patient. So I am trying to, we have MR machines separately, we have got PET CT. So I am trying to combine this, but the patient has to go through 2 times, but still effectively the cost will come down by 70%. So it is instead of 40,000, 50,000, it will come to 10,000 at all, and it is daily not come. In Karnataka, as I know, only one in center has got NIMANS. No other person has got a PET MR. So that is a fusion technology we are trying. This is some of the things which you should know. And lastly, what I want to tell lastly is the pathology. That is, how do we prove the case? When the patient has come to you now with the lump which I showed there, X-ray, then we do a simple needle test, which is in 10 minutes, they can give an answer. It's called a cytology. And if you are now not worried that the cytology is not good enough, then we can do it a true cut biopsy, which will come in 2 days, 48 hours. And that is how we prove. And once it is proved, the cancer is going up, and the cancer is proved and we treat. More important today would be what is called as IHC, etc. Immunohistochemistry is coming, where we categorize them into A, B, C prognostic, and then we keep treating them. Now I will stop here because if I start the second part, it is treatment. If you are interested, I will be. Otherwise, I can stop and take questions here, and then we'll see if the time permits, we'll talk. It's up to you. You can ask questions. Sir? Pardon me?
Thank you very much, sir. I wanted you to be here because majority of these people, they are the one who first see the cancer patient. If they detect early, and then we can save one life. That is the slogan here. So I think they are shy to ask questions to him, but I will ask them to, whatever comes in your mind, please ask. Sir has given the basics of the cancer prevention, and which is very important at your level. Treatment comes later. If you prevent and if you send it too early, then we can give the cure. Please ask, sir. I am, because sir, we will not be there for my talk, so I just want to give brief about myself with sir's association. He is a wonderful teacher. I joined under him 25 years back as a small boy, resident surgeon, completed my B.D.S. and joined. Then I did my post-graduation. I learned surgery from him. I learned talking from him, science from him. He has mentored for hundreds of cancer surgeons all over the world. And that's why I wanted you to be here. He's one of the best academicians of the country. So please ask questions. He's a mentor for many people. I think with his talk, you also get encouragement. Go back to your clinical practice, use it and save one life. That is our main aim of the CME. Just not listen and go. Make use of in your practice. Save one life. Cancer, you are saving one life. If you detect early, if you prevent cancer, please ask questions. Because I took the mic, just I thought of telling this one, emotions, feelings also. And I wanted him to be here, and the director, and especially Nadia, who was coordinated with the whole program. And I was keep pursuing sir. In spite of his busy schedule, he has come here. First, he was in Dayanand Sagar, and he shuttled down from there to here. Again, he will go back, and tomorrow his convocation is there in Yenopoya. Please ask any question you can ask, sir, regarding breast, I think common, and then oral, he said, cervical, he said. Any of you?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Dr. Yenopoya, I'm a pathologist. Sir, recently I think one of actress Aparna died because of lung cancer.
Pardon me?
One TV anchor, sir, Aparna.
Yeah.
She died of lung cancer. She was healthy. So the question what I got from everyone was,
Shall I tell you in a lighter way, because everybody thinks I'm a very serious person. Everybody is healthy till today, till we diagnose tomorrow, no? She was healthy till diagnosis. No?
Yeah.
So everybody thinks, I'm coming to that, everybody thinks I'm healthy unless you are put into test as a screening or LED, then only they'll know what is happening inside. If you keep quiet, in 1 year, it will show, you need not worry about it.
Yeah.
Please continue what you said.
My only question was, see, lung cancer, we always think smoking.
See, that means you have not heard me. I clearly told, when you are talking about tobacco, you are comparing with a person who did not or does not have any known carcinogen effect. Because it is a genetic disorder, what happens we don't know. That is considered as 1. When compared to the chances of that person getting 1, you compare with others and then using tobacco, etc., it's very, very high. So what is known to us, we are telling, don't use tobacco.
Yes, sir.
And next we will tell for those people who are taking tobacco, use a blah, blah, we tell them to go for proper screening.
Yes,
Whereas, why a person who is a non-smoker, non-tobacco user gets cancer, if you ask me, the sincere answer is nobody knows. Nobody knows. That is why, classical example of breast I told. Because nobody has any reason to get breast cancer. But they get it at the age of 40, 50, etc. Right? Only thing we can talk about is a family history. But the family history is occurring only in 5% of the cases. 95% of the cases, there is no family history. So why do they get it? Nobody knows. There are a lot of theories. This is not a theory class to tell 1, 2, 3, 4 theory. But the actual answer is we don't know. So we tell them at the age of 40 and above, you better undergo a mammogram. You undergo a breast self-examination. We'll teach you. Then every year you go for a breast clinical examination. so that we can pick up early. Instead of coming in a large fungating disease of this size, we will pick up in a very small way in a mammogram so that we can effectively treat. That is the answer for your question. Why she got it? In fact, if you know that, I will have to call myself as God, which I am not.
Sir, and second thing is, most of us are aware of pap smear and mammography self-examination. But what about the other cancers, sir? I think common people I'm talking about, not like doctors.
Yeah.
Like lung, as I'm speaking about the anchor, lung cancer. So if it was aware for the public that yes, we have to undergo this kind of a screening, probably she would have gone. She's an educated person. It's not that she's not uneducated. So it's a common question to the common public, sir. I'm not talking about anchor.
The point here is, why I concentrated on 3 cancer, I told, I'll repeat. It is easily detectable, it is very superficial, and when detected, it is curable. So there are 2 issues here. It should be easily detectable. A lung cancer is not easily detectable. It's not easy, number 1. That is, today, even in, I think, KC General Hospital, they put, Government of Karnataka has put a low energy CT scan machine for doing a early detection of cancer of the lung. Whereas an ordinary X-ray, when you do, it's of no use and you detect it. This is one reason. The second reason is when you pick up, I will give the answer like a breast cancer, I told you. If you pick up early, we are effectively treating and curing them. Whereas in the lung cancer in the past, even if you detect them at the 3 centimeter lesion, we are not able to cure them. And so, trying to do a screening of a cancer of the lung is not sustainable or viable for any agency, including government. So there are 2 types of screening, which I didn't have time, I didn't speak. Good that you picked up. That is, one is called as organized screening program. The other is called opportunistic screening program. Opportunistic is available everywhere. That is, my mother died, my father died, my uncle died, you are worried, you are afraid, you go on your own and say, I want it. That time they will do everything, including X-ray if you want. In an organized screening program, they are looking at the outcome. The government is spending so much money and how much outcome of that it is coming, or any agency for that matter. So they concentrate on where the screening and early detection has been proved useful. That is cervical cancer, breast cancer and oral cancer. Whereas if you do that in an organized way, crores of rupees will be spent to get one cancer out, and that is not a sustainable one. So we tell them easy would be don't do this, don't do that. If you are having a suspicion, you can submit yourself for a low energy CT scan, I'm talking lung, we can pick it up. That is opportunity screening. Opportunity screening, anything you can do. You can do, for example, a male, prostate cancer is very common there. They will do PSA, will do digital. But I have not touched that because that is opportunistic screening. In an organized screening, we consider only 3. Having said that, I am working, my university is working with Azim Premji Foundation. I'm sure you know what is Azim Premji. Azim Premji Foundation we use, and we have taken one taluk in Udupi district. I am the principal investigator, where we are going to go through all adults, 1 lakh adults, we are going to screen them free of cost. Azim Premji Foundation came forward to give that 5 crores to do that, but nobody comes forward to do the whole country. That's the difference. And in Western countries like US, Canada, Australia, everywhere, everybody after above the age of 40 has to go through this, and they are doing it effectively. Such an organized screening program is not available in India as on today.
Thank you, sir.
As he's taking the mic, what is happening we have to show, no? This is a breast, you all know. You see on one side, that's what we used to do 30 years ago, remove the breast. Today, you can't even differentiate between the 2 breasts, which breast has been treated by us. That is called as organ preserving surgery. And today we are now talking, we have gone 1 step ahead. We are talking about just only that, remove that portion and then give the cosmetically good. You see the breast, it looks the same once it is healed under the brazier. And this is how the advances in surgery is going on. I'm just telling one advancement as I have to tom-tom, I'm a surgeon, so I have to tell, no. So tell me.
Sir, apart from known carcinogen, that is alcohol and smoking, what is, as per your experience, what might be the specific lifestyle modification and diet modification as per your experience, sir, to prevent cancer?
Somebody today spoke to me in the poster about diet. There I spoke, the same thing I will tell you here. Nobody knows. You cannot modify the diet of any individual. I mean, specific modification. We can only tell, don't do this, don't do that. Right? For example, we'll always tell high fiber diet, right? Green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, more carrots, etc., etc. But has there been a study done with this, as that, it is a very, very difficult study to do the lifestyle factors diet, because it's day to day you are eating. Whereas an alcohol and tobacco is not mandatory to have. So we can always tell it's a lifestyle stop. Whereas I cannot tell somebody not to not to eat or eat only this. That is difficult. But what we are trying to tell is high fiber diet, don't take fatty oils, and the type of cooking is important in diet. Type of cooking. For example, the basic Indian cooking is the best cooking if you ask me in a biased opinion. It is basically boiled. It is boiled, nothing more. Whereas they have proved in a long time back, microwave cooking is injurious, it can cause cancer. Microwave cooking. Microwave heating is different from microwave cooking. Microwave cooking causes, for example, 400 degrees Celsius. 400 degrees Celsius. When you do 400 degrees Celsius, for example, meat, the protein in the meat is always good when you eat. Whereas when you heat it to 400 degrees, they break down into materials called pyrolysins. Pyro means fire, lysine means breakdown. A breakdown product of the heat will result in carcinogen, they have proved. So they are always advised, don't use microwave cooking. Microwave is for 1 minute, 2 minutes, heating is accepted. But 40 minutes of cooking will cause pyrolysins, and pyrolysins in turn will cause cancer. This is one thing they proved. The second thing they proved is about smoking food. Smoked food they call it, you directly eat it. When you talked about smoke, that tar is there, which also along with the particularly meat, when you try to do that, this, what is that called? Swarnam, what is that called? Swarnam, what is it? Yes, thank you. At least all you woke up when I didn't answer. Thank you. So that is again considered to be not a good way of cooking. Direct heat, anywhere direct heat comes, the problem comes, and that oil comes out of the fat, it converts into nitrosamines, and the nitrosamines will result in the carcinogen. That is the theory. The third theory is salt. When you put salt, not the regular salt we eat. Regular salt we eat, you all know it is sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is not injurious or cause cancer. But as a chemical contaminant, the sodium nitrate comes into the way. You can't differentiate it. It cannot differentiate. Both are white. So if it gets contaminated with the sodium nitrate in a pickled food, that is which we keep it longer, so that nitrate will become nitrite, nitrate will become nitrosamine, and nitrosamine, and that nitrosamine is a carcinogenic. So this is what the events occur. If you keep anything longer with nitrate, they slowly disintegrated into nitrosamine, and nitrosamine is a carcinogen. So these are some of the things studies proved. What not to do, they have proved. What to do, they could not prove. Eat very, very vague, they will tell. More vegetables, more fruits, green vegetables, don't eat all this, etc., etc. This is how it is going on. So I cannot give a specific food, but I can tell what not to eat, as I told. Again, as you are thinking, see, I have brought slides now I have to show. This is my patient in KIDWAI, operated for a bone tumor, amputated. Today, what do? We don't do that. We only remove the tumor, put this prosthesis, and see the patient is going to walk. I had a video, it's not opening, to make them walk. We don't amputate nowadays. We just remove the tumor and put the prosthesis. And this is what we did first time in Karnataka. We did it in KIDWAI. My team and me did this. And today we are routinely doing it. In Yenopoya, one more step what we are doing is, you see this, this metal prosthesis is titanium means it is about 1.5 lakhs. Many of my patients cannot afford, I'm talking KIDWAI. So when I went to Yenopoya, what we did was we started manufacturing it. It has 3D. Yeah, 3D printing is there, which I'll show you. 3D printing is there, we manufacture it, and it's a custom made. You cannot modular, we call it. That is custom made for that person. We have to take a CT scan film and measure and give it to that person only. So it is only made for custom made, like you are going to a tailor and get it instead of going to a Raymond shop. That's the difference. So we do that. So that is why the cost is there more. The imported one is 5 lakhs. The one which they used to give me in from Madras, it is 1.5, whereas we are able to do it for 30,000 rupees. That is the same titanium, but we are able to do that. That's what we are doing. So this is one more thing. You see this because people will be fascinated by all these things. So I brought, not for anything else, also Tom that we are all doing all this. I went to Korea to learn that 10 years ago. This is a robotic surgery. You are seeing robo working on it. Robo is not robo actually. The robo is, this is the robo, where we just put it, but it is the human being like me go and sit and operate. We operate on the console like a toy stick, and that works. When my right hand works, that robo right hand works. When my left hand works. This is what a cancer of the esophagus, we are trying to do that. And this is how it looks inside. This is inside. You are seeing not the outside. It is the chest of the body. What is the black one is the lung. And I am trying to remove the esophageal cancer. And that is how now the cancer has changed. See, this is the lung, and we are going above. And see the precision with which we are working. And that is it's a very long instrument. As though I am sitting inside the chest of the person I am working. Actually, I am working 10 meters away. I am sitting in 10 meters and making the robo work. This I just showed only to tell what happens today in the advances of surgery. Same thing, this radiotherapy, etc. Anybody else? Anything you want? Yeah, please. Little louder.
Sir, as you know that etc. are going easier, but once the patient is diagnosed with CA, the patient is with, we can say it's a taboo that he will die, he will have a bad end, the outcomes are not going to good. And when such patient comes to the grass level worker, health worker, and he says, what should I do? Should I go for higher centers? What should I do? We are ourselves so confused, what should I? Because even if he goes for chemo, radio, his immunity will get deranged, etc. We are more suspectful that maybe he will be benefit or he should not be. As a grass level worker, health workers, what will be your advice towards us?
Very simple and good question it is. You should not have your bias. As simple as that. I have seen on 10 patients, they didn't do well, and so you should not do. No. There are enough guidelines have come, and your job is in a not a judgmental way, you send the person to the next center. And I work on this for many reasons. That's why I said I go to tribal and all. What we used to tell you, tell me. 1, we used to tell they are illiterate. 2, they are poor, they cannot afford to. Right? And the affordability part of it has been taken care of thanks to Government of Karnataka and India. You know that. Ayushman Bharat has effectively taken care of it. Up to 5 lakhs rupees, the cancer can be treated effectively, not being paid from their pocket. So when the money is not the issue, the other issue is only creating an awareness to them, educate them, and make them go to the appropriate place and treat. And last but the least is some amount of philosophy also you should have in life. It is not just science. For example, a 50-year-old man who has got a 20-year-old girl to be married, let us imagine, and he gets cancer. You tell him, don't worry, you will die of cancer, don't go. What will happen? He dies. That's fine. But the whole family suffers. Whereas, though it's in a stage 2 or so where cure is not possible, if you say in that particular type, even if I add 5 years to that person, he becomes very important individual for that family. See that the daughter gets married, see that his son gets educated, and dies at least comfortably doing his duties for the family. That 5 years is important. Don't think that everyone, including you, me, everybody is going to live forever. Is it that? Is it so? You know what is the average age of an Indian? It is 67 years. Today they are telling after the census it will become more. That means I am 67. So I have lived 1 year more. So I should be happy that an average life is 66, I have lived 67. But that's not the way. You have to look at the individual and the family and the society And if that person is going to get 5 years extra from the day of my diagnosis and he is ultimately going to die of cancer, I have done my job to help the patient and the family. That should be your motto. Don't worry about that patient died, what is there, ultimately cancer patient will die. If you ask so, every human being ultimately have to die. Every minute we are ticking the clock to go to the funeral, you, me, everybody. So that means we are not immortals, we are also going to die. So that is not the way to take it. You will look at the person, if they have come to you, you advise them to go to the center, and the center has got now specialists only doing this job. And today, lot of therapies, I didn't want to talk. There are now immunotherapy, etc. is coming. That is not curing, but it is protracting. It's protracting. Something like a diabetes. What is happening to diabetes? You stop insulin, what will happen to the patient? He will die. Whereas every day he takes a prick, or every day he takes the anti-diabetic treatment, he lives. He lives. You don't tell that we are curing the diabetes or hypertension. We don't. So why only when talking about cancer you say that the extra 5 years is useless, let him die without that 5 years. That's not correct. No? Think about it more philosophically from the family point of view and the patient point of view. Every 1 year added to that person is useful for him and for his family and for the society. That's how you have to look at it.
Respected sir, as we know, ionizing radiation. Respected sir,
Yeah, please, I'm listening to you.
as we know, ionizing radiation is well-known important risk factor of cancer. On the other hand, we use it as a treatment, that is radiotherapy. Won't it lead to cancer while it is applied as treatment modality?
I didn't understand the question.
Sir, on one hand, we know that ionizing radiation is
You are telling, I understood. Radiation on one side is that causative agent and we are using it there. It's very simple. If you give the knife to me, I will cure. If I give to somebody else, you'll stab. But both is knife only. Yes or no? Knife is a knife. It is in whose hands it is or how it is put into use only matters. Same way, you go to UV radiation and all that, you get exposed to in an unregulated way, it will cause cancer. I myself told that. Whereas the same radiation, if it is used in a proper way, it will kill the cancer cells, and that's why it is used as a radiation therapy. There is a difference between radiation therapy and radiation. Do you know that every day we are exposed to radiation outside, right? That is unregulated, no? That radon, I don't know whether you heard the word radon, and the sun rays come and hit your cemented concrete, you get radon rays coming, and we all are exposed to that. And it has been proved that we get cancer. That's an unregulated way of getting cancer, right? Whereas you can use the same radiation in a regulated way, in a proper way, then it becomes a radiation therapy, right? Thank you. Pan masala, I don't know how many of you know what is pan masala. Pan masala with tobacco, without tobacco. So that with tobacco, it has got, with tobacco, first I'll tell, that is 27% of concentrate is there in tobacco, in pan masala, pan parag, etc. It's a very concentrated part. And we were all responsible as director, and Dr. U.T. Kadir was the health minister. He notified that tobacco, pan masala should not be there, tobacco should not be there, used. So they brought it down with tobacco, without tobacco, with tobacco it is banned. So without tobacco they get. And under the Food and Drug Act, it is FDA, here, Food and Cosmetics Act. Under that they did it. They found out that people mix quietly, take separately and mix it and eat. That is the first thing. It is not that in reality we could ban. Though we banned it, but we know how to overcome that. No, we are all smart in only in these ways. No, we go around and do something wrong. Right things to do, we'll fight. So this what happened, that's number one. Number two, come to straight our answer, areca nut and the IS has got what is called arachidonic. And the areca nut is the main constituent in a non-tobacco pan. Areca nut, you know what is areca nut. And that has been proved to be causing submucous fibrosis, which will in turn cause cancer. So that is the answer for you. Alkaloid is there, that it can cause cancer. And areca nut as a whole can cause submucous fibrosis, which will result in oral cancer. So areca nut in any way, any form is answer as they have proved. The degree varies. Tobacco causes cancer more often than areca nut. but arecanut also causes cancers. And lastly, I always have all our lifestyle factors. Who asked us to take arecanut? Why do we want to take arecanut? And why are we taking tobacco? I do not know. I don't know. Having said that, do you know who brought tobacco to India? In how many years? Anybody knows? 400 years ago, when Portuguese came to Goa, the Vasco da Gama team came in, as now they gave me one bouquet. Like that, they brought it as a friendly measure to India 400 years ago. And we are the second largest producers of tobacco and third largest users of tobacco. So we took it up so well. That's all. Tobacco was not founded 400 years ago in India. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us. Your lecture was truly inspiring and informative. I now request our Honorable Director, Professor Syed Shah Alam, sir, to kindly come and present the memento and certificate of appreciation to Dr. M. Vijay, sir. Please welcome, sir, with a big round of applause.
Before I accept that, thank you very much for the patient hearing. If you have anything else to ask, if you are shy, as Dr. Nadeem said, you can always write to us. We are there to get your clearance. But my only reason for which I have come, as Nadeem rightly put it, not to teach you cancer that you may know, but how to treat it. But just see you can prevent it by counseling and early detection. That's my plea and that's my request. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Now, it's an honor for me to introduce our next speaker of the day, Dr. NADIMUL HODA, sir. Our next speaker of the day, Dr. NADIMUL HODA, sir, a visionary surgical oncologist, compassionate educationist, innovative researcher, and an inspiring mentor who has dedicated his career to fight against oral cancer. He currently serves as the head of the Department of Oral Oncology at the prestigious KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore. His unwavering dedication has brought him national recognition with publications in leading journals worldwide. Dr. Nadeem's influence extends far beyond clinic and research lab. He also serves as an executive committee member of the Bangalore Oncology Group, member of the Board of Studies and academic council member at Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Karnataka, and is a two-term executive committee member of Association of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons of India. Sir has mentored numerous maxillofacial postgraduates, fellowship trainees in oral oncosurgery, and MCH surgical oncology postgraduates. His teaching philosophy harmonizes academic excellence with empathy, integrity, and resilience, shaping his students into leaders who combine skill with humanity. Dr. Nadeem has also penned many inspiring quotes that reflect his wisdom, compassion, and profound understanding of medicine. I would like to quote one of them. Healing is not just curing illness, it's restoring dignity, hope, and the will to live. These words beautifully embody the essence of his approach to medicine and the spirit with which he practices and teaches it. Sir, we are truly privileged to have you with us today. I now request you to kindly deliver your lecture on oral cancer and its management. Please give sir a big round of applause.
सर्जिकल मैनेजमेंट ओरल कैंसर पूरा नहीं आ रहा ये है ये नहीं ओरल कैंसर मैनेजमेंट नहीं आया लोड नहीं किए थे Some, sorry for inconvenience, some technical issues is there with the PPT. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. I'm not going to take much of your time as my mentor, Dr. Vijay Kumar, who has spoken well about, in general, cancer. And today's crowd and your perspective, I have to talk. I have to talk, my main aim is for this CME and my talk is to detect or prevent oral cancer and detect oral cancer at an early stage. First, prevent. And if you not prevent, you can detect at an early stage. That is the main. This is the slides are there, management, surgical management, medical management, and all these things in details is there. But I will talk few bullet points. I will talk few bullet points which is useful for, as I told during the, after the talk of Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, that our aim of this CME is to create awareness. Your topic today is CME on cancer awareness. And as Dr. Vijay Kumar sir told, the more in Indian subcontinent, in our country, is required to create awareness. And he talked about the three cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and oral cancer. I am an oral cancer surgeon. I am heading the department of oral oncology in a KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology. It's a regional cancer center. We see high volume of oral cancer patient. Why I am going all over the country and talking about especially more on prevention, awareness, early detection, but some of the crowd which is like a maxillofacial surgeons crowd or where dental surgeons crowd, I talk according to the crowd, what is your role in this early detection or prevention. That's all. The slides are there, theories are there, but I will just talk whatever is required for you. Okay. So, you know, oral cancer is one of the most commonest cancer in India. And as Dr. Vijay Kumar sir told, the major cause of oral cancer is, the causative agent is tobacco and tobacco-related product. So there are various types of tobacco which we are consuming in Indian, this our country, or you can say Indian subcontinent. There is smoked tobacco, smoking tobacco, gutka. There are various states, there are various types of tobacco we are using. So 80 to 90% oral cancer is because of tobacco, and rest all various reasons are there. Somewhere the patient comes with that without any etiology. The etiology, you know all. You are also a student of medical fraternity, which you see patients here. Okay. Second is the question is management. How do you, if oral cancer patients comes, I'm talking very basic. What will you do? You are a clinician. You are going to practice. You are now a student of undergraduate, postgraduate. Now you will finish from here and you'll go to your clinical practice. Some of you may join an academic institution, or some of you can do private practice or attach to some NGOs or some governmental organizations, various form. Your role will be very important in the detection and prevention of oral cancer. My today's my talk focus is that I want from this CME, or what already Vijay Kumar sir has told, actually I need not have to roll. He is my teacher. I mentioned you, I have learned everything from him, and he just left for me oral and he went, that's all, otherwise he would have talked oral also. Okay, so this is it, and it's a proud moment for me that I shared the dais with him. I joined under him as a small boy, and you should always remember two persons in your life. One is your parents, another is your teacher. You have to acknowledge them. They are the one who gives you life, that's all. So what is your role as a clinician? It is there. How do you identify oral cancer? So first you have to have a thorough history taking. You have to take a clinical history about a patient comes to you. You have to ask, what is the problem? What is your chief complaint? So chief complaint, after chief complaint, they may say ulcer. Ulcer is there for how long? Then you have to talk about habit, because as I told you, majority of the oral cancer is related to habit. Habit, any form of tobacco, gutka, pan parag, there are various forms which is related to oral cancer. So this is the second part, you have to ask that. Then you have to ask for the medical history and if any family history. Medical history, why medical history to ask? Because if you are going to plan a treatment, so if you are planning a treatment, if patient is having a known medical history or something, then you have to take that into consideration, or you also treat that also along with your cancer treatment, and some of the things may delay your cancer treatment. So fourth is the family history. Many of the cancer, as Dr. Vijay Kumar sir told, are related to genetic predilection is there, family, it comes from the family also. So that is also important. So oral cancer, here there are two parts of oral cancer. One is precancerous lesion, and it is called potentially malignant. Now it has been precancerous lesion, a precancerous condition. It has to be, now it has changed, and it has to become potentially malignant disease. Potentially malignant means precancerous. It comes before the cancer. Recently we have concluded, there was a big international conference in Hilton, FHNO conference. There also we talked about it, and I also talked about it. So what is there in the precancerous lesion? How do you identify? My slides are a little problem, is there technical, but I will talk to you, and I will share my slide later. And this one, what is precancerous lesion? Precancerous lesion is the pre means before cancer. Precancerous lesion, before cancer. So which is the precancerous lesion? Leukoplakia, erythroplakia. These are two more common precancerous lesion you will see. White lesion, it is called leukoplakia. Red lesion, it is called erythroplakia. So precancerous lesion, in this erythroplakia has got highest potential to become malignant. So if you are a clinician now, you are not a dental surgeon, you are not a maxillofacial surgeon, but then also patient will come to you, report to you as a physician. If you are, it's a very easy to diagnose, it's very easy to examine oral cavity. Nobody stop you to examine oral cavity. You can take a torch and a gloves, and if you see any white lesion or any red lesion, and if you ask the history, if patient has got a long sustained history of eating any form of tobacco, gutka, then you should always suspect that something wrong is there. And now here that your role is very pivotal. Your role is pivotal means at this stage, if you identify the patient and if you can send it to a right place, as Vijay Kumar sir told, right place, everybody cannot treat cancer, everybody cannot treat precancerous lesion. But if you identify this lesion, and if you send it to a right place, in the sense, in the right center, and if they treat this patient, we are going to stop the cancer there. And not only that, I talk everywhere, you are going to save a life at that stage. Precancerous lesion, if you excise the lesion, there are various forms of excision. Nowadays laser has come, laser excision, you do daycare procedure, and the patient will come, walk, do the excision and walk. And you have to give, again you have to tell them, I have to tell them, you have to tell them to stop the habit. Suppose you do excision at a precancerous lesion, and again if they start having the habit, then there will be a problem. So they are again vulnerable. They may get again precancerous lesion, or it might be the oral cancer lesion also can come. So here again your role I have defined. Why I am talking and emphasizing on this, the purpose of this CME to take home message, something you should learn from here, utilize the clinical practice, and you can be useful for the society, you can useful for your patient. Not only that, you are going to save a life, because cancer kills life, and if you detect cancer early and if you prevent cancer, you are going to save life. See, these are the theory things which I can talk extempo. I have my 25 years of experience, and I have been talking everywhere in the country. So, see, these are the global cancer burden continue to rise. 2000, 2018 is all theory, which I don't. So, the unseen threat of oral cancer, they are telling. These are again which male, female, this one is there according to the sex. And I can tell you subsite also. Oral cavity, there are various subsite like buccal mucosa, gingivobuccal sulcus, tongue, and this one palate, lip. These are the subsite in the oral cavity. Among these subsite, I always talk in every conference that tongue is the most notorious disease in oral cavity. So it's my experience. I have recently talked in the conference also, and FHNO, tongue behaves very badly, and anytime this one, what tongue we have seen, the recurrence in the tongue from the best of the best hand, we have seen in the recurrence in the tongue. So the cancer, not only treatment, you cannot blame your surgeon for the treatment. Sometimes it's called biology of the disease. If the biology of the disease is not under our control, what I have seen the best of the best, and same thing I'm repeating, I have seen the recurrence. You do whatever treatment is possible, and again recurrence will come. So you do possible treatment of this one. There's problem here, technical problem. So whatever treatment you give, surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, again recurrence come. And one more dictum in cancer: younger the patient, aggressive the disease. Younger the patient, aggressive the disease. So you have to treat your younger patient most aggressively. And second, first treatment is the best treatment in cancer surgery, and that is to be surgery. If you do whatever you do first time. You cannot do revise. Revise surgery, revise treatment always is not a curative treatment. So there is a problem. So this is about, I just talk extempo because there is some technical issue with my slides, so many issues are there, I don't know. But whatever is necessary, I will definitely talk and go. I will not leave like this. So this is about subsite I told. Now examination is over, then precancerous lesion I have talked, then what test you will do. So there are various tests for cancer, if a cancer patient comes. Why I am talking to you, you cannot take just suddenly to do PET scan or suddenly to do MRI. Nowadays it has become a fashion. If you go to a cancer doctor, he will write PET scan. But every patient does not require PET scan. I work for the government cancer center where we have a scheme of BPL, but many of them, they don't have a BPL scheme, and they will be class 2. So that time, unnecessary, if this not required PET, we will not do. And especially in our oral cavity cancer, I generally don't write. So first is, this is hematological. What you will write? You will write about the CBC and complete blood picture, then about the liver function test, kidney function test, and HIV, HBS, hepatitis C, and that will give you a clear picture to go for next test. What is the next test in cancer? If a lesion is there, if a lesion is seen, what you will do? You have to do biopsy if a seen lesion is there. If a closed lesion is there, and if it is swelling is there, you have to do FNAC. It's called fine needle aspiration cytology. So biopsy with all your hematological report, CBC, LFT, RFT, where every parameter has to be seen. Suppose your sugar is high, whether biopsy can be done or not. Or if a patient is having biohazard, you have to take extra precaution to do that. So you will do what is biopsy? There are two types of biopsy. What is called incisional biopsy, other is called excisional biopsy. So incisional biopsy, with the affected area, we take some normal area and send it for our pathologist. Pathologist will give around 5 to 6 days. the report, and if the report is positive, it is called malignant, and then you have to do the treatment planning. And if report is negative, and if the lesion is excisable, then we will go for complete excision of the lesion, and it is also called excisional biopsy. Once the biopsy report is in your hand, then with that you have to have some radiological evaluation, which is called CT scan, MRI, PET. When to do CT, when to do MRI, when to do PET, you should know, because your patient should not be overburdened with tests. So when to do CT scan? Suppose it's a carcinoma, buccal mucosa, and you are going to assess the bone, whether the bone is small or not, and carcinoma gingivobuccal sulcus, carcinoma, this one, Palliative, all those things, you have to do bony things also, as well as CT scan. In oral cancer, we do CT scan of face plus neck, and up to thorax we take. Why the face? We'll get an idea about the lesion, size, involvement, and how much is that. Second is neck, whether node is positive or not. Third, about the thorax, why we'll do thorax. The most commonest metastasis in the oral cavity is lung. So whether the lung is involved. So we will ask, why your doctor, you are not doing the PET? Why will you do the PET? Because if we can get away with this PNS, neck, and this thorax, it's okay, then we will plan for our further plan. So next comes to, now you have this one biopsy report in your hand, radiological evaluation is on, then third comes to board, which are my topic is there, oral lung cancer and its management. Then how will you manage? What is the management? So first and foremost manager, if we can do surgery, please do the surgery. Surgery is the best option in cancer. So for the surgery, you need to have a proper planning. For proper planning, what you do, you have to take a fitness from your physician and take a fitness from your anesthetist. Then you have to explain about the surgical plan to patient and patient relative, and then about the morbidity, about the risk, and then you can operate. That is about the surgery. If you cannot do surgery, then we give chemotherapy, and it is called neoadjuvant chemotherapy. Before surgery, we give. So why we give neoadjuvant chemotherapy? If the tumor is big, it is called to do debulking of the tumor or make unresectable to resectable, we give NSCT, but the role of NSCT is still not established in head and neck cancer. So after that, if you give chemotherapy and if the debulking of the tumor is there, then you can go for surgery. So that after surgery, again you will tell what next is the treatment, because my topic is management, and I'm not going to talk in detail management, but I will talk which you should know, because tomorrow your patient, you will refer it to me, I will plan, again he will come back to you and he will ask whether your doctor has planned properly or not. And third, what is he will, because you are his or her prime clinician, they will have trust on you more than me, because they will go back to you, they will ask many questions to you. So you should know a basics of oral cancer and its management. If you are well versed with it, as Dr. Vijay Kumar told, that you can just send it to a center. If you and convince your patient, this is the management, and you can do that management. Is it not? So surgery, after surgery, what we do, that surgery, that the post-op HPR report comes. This is called a pathologic report after we do surgery. Then after post-op HPR reports comes, each and every patient, we send it to our radiation colleague. It is called adjuvant treatment. So radiation colleague will decide whether to give radiation or not. Radiation may be required, may not be required on the basis of the histopathology report of the patient which we do surgery. There are one factor which can be indicated for radiotherapy. There are multiple factors which can be indicated for radiotherapy, but that has to be decided by your radiotherapy colleague. So cancer is a multimodality treatment. You alone cannot treat the cancer. You need to have a surgeon, you need to have a medical oncologist who gives chemotherapy, and you need to have a radiation oncologist who give radiation. After surgery, he gives radiation. Sometimes we give radiation, it is called palliative radiation. When we don't do anything, that time we give palliative radiation. So about all these things, you will ask, then you will ask when you add radiation, chemo with radiation. Yeah, we add the chemo with radiation. It is called concurrent CT-RT, and that is called as a radiosensitizer. That does not means it will not. Your patient will go back and ask you about the chemo side effect. With the concurrent CT-RT, in that CT, the side effect is not much. But when we give any CT, and that time this one complication is bound to happen. So these are about what I talked about, the surgery, about the chemotherapy, about the radiation. Surgery now I will tell in brief to you so that you will come to know. If a carcinoma tongue comes, if a lesion is 1 to 2 centimeter, then what you do, a small wide excision you do. Wide excision of the tongue we do, and then if the neck is, no neck node is there, it is called N0 neck. Then also we address the neck, and in the case of tongue, it is called extended SOHND, where we remove level 1, 2, 3, 4 it will come. But if it is a buccal mucosa and with N0 neck, it is called supraviolent neck dissection, where we remove 1, 2, 3. Level 1, 2, 3. In a layman term, I'm coming in more precise, level 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3. That is about if we do a wide excision with N0 neck. If we do, sometimes if the mandible is involved, with the buccal mucosa, mandible is involved, then what we do, how to manage mandible. If the mandible is involved, then we have to do various type of mandibulectomy is there. If it is just abutting the mandible, it is called margin mandibulectomy. And if it is a part of mandible is involved, it is called segmental mandibulectomy. And the third comes hemimandibulectomy, if the complete mandible has to be removed. That is called hemimandibulectomy. Okay, leave it. So, did you understand? This tongue, wide excision tongue, neck dissection. In the buccal mucosa, wide excision tongue, neck dissection. In N0, in buccal mucosa, suprahuman neck dissection. In tongue, extended SOHND, where we address the level 4, because tongue has got escape metastasis. Now comes to when we do hemimandibulectomy, then if neck is positive, if N plus neck is there, then we do modified neck dissection, where there are various type of modified neck dissection, type 1, type 2, and type 3, where we preserve one structure, 2 structure, 3 structure accordingly. What one structure? Sometimes we preserve a spinal accessory nerve and some spinal accessory nerve and IJV. Sometimes we preserve only IJV. Sometimes we preserve all three. Sternocleidomastoid muscle, because you are a medical student, I am talking about this sternocleidomastoid muscle, IJV, and spinal accessory nerve. So here, if N plus neck is there, you have N plus means N positive. N positive means neck node is positive. Then you have to address level 1, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3, 4, up to 5, and this is called complete modified neck dissection. Sometimes we have to do radicular neck dissection. Radicular neck dissection, if we remove everything, like IJV, also spinal accessory, sternocleidomastoid, everything, if the node is present. See, our main aim in cancer surgery is called R0 resection. You cannot leave the disease and do the surgery. Then you should not do the surgery. If you know the surgery, you do the surgery. Surgery is just cancer patient. You cannot do the surgery and just blame on the cancer that it has come back. If you know to do cancer surgery, please do cancer surgery. If you don't know to do cancer surgery, please don't know to do the cancer surgery, and you don't blame cancer that it has come. I tell, we are not the God. As I mentioned earlier, that we don't have a control over biology of the disease. But if we are well trained and we have a multimodality treatment, and treatment planning is very important in cancer surgery. If you plan, you cannot go back and again replan. So first, before surgery, you have to plan your proper surgery. Again, your proper surgery, if you don't plan, you cannot tell your patient, it has come back, again we do surgery. Second surgery is not a curative surgery in cancer. So this is about my oral cancer, basic about the surgery I told, wide excision, and then neck dissection, N0 neck, and then tongue and N0 neck, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then mandibulectomy. I have various type of mandibulectomy I told, marginal, where a rim of a portion we take, segmental, where a segment of we take, and hemimandibulectomy, where remove the half of the mandible. So then you will ask, how will you do reconstruction? So where we do, sometimes we do some free flap, but every institution doesn't have free flap, and in private, free flap cost a lot. So for that, we generally use, I also use, yesterday only I have done 2 cases, we use pec major flap. It's called pectoralis major myocutaneous flap, which is very well worst flap we can use anywhere, and little cosmosis is compromised, but in cancer, as Vijay Kumar was telling, he's my teacher, first is oncological clearance. You should give oncological clearance. Second come function, and third come cosmosis. Nowadays, many people outside, if you go, they will emphasize on cosmosis. You cannot leave cancer and do cosmosis. Then what, if there is no life, what cosmosis you will do? So first is the saving of the life is important. Second come function. Function means your speech, your swallowing, your talking, means your food, how you take, all these things. So the first is why I am again and again teaching a student. That's why I am telling oncological clearance is first, second is the function, and third is the cosmosis, because patient will come to you. You are his primary clinician. They will come back to you. They will tell, oh, Dr. Saab, that they are removing the mandible of mine. My face will be deformed, and then how to do? I will not get done surgery. They will deny. So that time you have to convince the patient. So your life is important. If the mandible goes without mandible, half mandible, if you survive, that is important. Or if your life goes, what is important? Then they will ask, no, plastic surgery if you want. Plus, if I even do a plastic surgery, if the survival is not good, what will you do? What is the use of the plastic surgery? So cancer is a very difficult subject, and you have to be very philosophical. I tell all everywhere where my fraternity crowd is there, maxillofacial surgeon, oral cancer surgeon, I tell you need to have dedication, determination, then only you should work in a cancer. A cancer to work, you need to have passion, compassion, empathy, then only you work in cancer. Please don't do work in the cancer if you don't have this. You, as a cancer surgeon or a cancer doctor, you should not be a doctor. You should also be the relative of the patient. You should hold the hand of the patient till the end, but you should keep telling the relative about the consequences and result. So that is very important. That is called holistic approach of the cancer treatment. If you don't have that, please don't do cancer treatment. That is my telling for all of you. And as Vijay Kumar has also told me, Vijay Kumar sir, that you should have 3 P to work in cancer. You should have patience, perseverance, and prayer. Then only you can become a top-class cancer surgeon. This is all about the cancer which I can tell about oral cancer. Oral cancer is brief. Vijay Kumar sir has already told. He has left for me oral cancer. Thanks to him. Otherwise, he would have talked that also. He is a very fiery speaker. He is my teacher. And first time I shared the dais with him here. Once before in January, that was a normal crowd with a medical crowd. First time I shared the dais. It was a proud moment for me. So I also became emotional. And I told, actually, slide is not working. And my last slide will be his photograph sitting, and I am standing, and I tell, because of the blessings of Almighty and my parents and this man, I am standing on this podium and talking to you. Thank you very much. Any question, please ask. I am here because sir has gone. I have enough time. I think you are not bored, so that's why. Because I talked extempo, there was a technical issue. I brought slide, something has happened. So nothing to worry. I think I have given one inside view of oral cancer. Hope you must have understood the basics of oral cancer, and my take-home message is there. You detect cancer early, you save one life. If you detect early, you are going to save life, and your role is also very pivotal as a clinician, as a medical doctor, if you are saving. If you are detect early, you are saving a life early. This is my slide is now, it has come, but I'll just, these are the few leukoplakia, how it looks. As I told you, I talked extempo. This is white patch, which is called leukoplakia. This is red erythroplakia, and I said erythroplakia has got highest potential to being a malignant. And this is about carcinoma tongue, which I told you, tongue is the most notorious disease in the oral cavity. It behaves very badly. I have seen recurrence from the hand of Dr. Vijay Kumar also when I was a student. I am seeing recurrence from my hand also. There is no control over the biology of the disease. We give the best to the best treatment and cancer recurs. This is a carcinoma buccal mucosa. As I told you, it's a small buccal mucosa. We do wide excision. If the mandible is involved, various type of mandibulectomy, according to that we do. Carcinoma alveolus, which is sitting on which tooth socket you call, and this is about carcinoma. I will go fast, angle of the mouth, and this lesion, this photo you should keep in your clinic because you should show your patient, scare them not to eat tobacco or a tobacco-related product, and ask them if you eat, this is the condition will happen to you, not only to you, as Vijay Kumar sir told. Cancer, you're not only a person die, the whole family suffers, and if he's a bread earner, the whole family is going to suffer. This is about the evaluation, as I told you, one torch and one gloves, you can examine a oral cancer patient. This is the 8 step of, this is about the biopsy I told, incisional and excisional biopsy. This is all, is an incisional biopsy, which we take when a small portion of affected and normal mucosa. This is about FNSC I told, when there is a swelling and inaccessible area, there you go to fine needle aspiration cytology. This is about investigation I have already told. CTS, I have not mentioned about MRI. MRI you do for soft tissue. MRI we do for tongue and floor of the mouth. And then assess the neck node. If the swelling is there, then we do know. PET, you can again ask, because you will go to some doctor, they will say, PET, when will you do? Yeah, PET I also do. PET, when will you do? If there is a suspicion of metastasis and distance metastasis, then we will do PET. Or in my cases, if a patient comes with a recurrence, here I have to assess before going to do surgery or any other treatment. That time I will definitely advise PET. Otherwise, I advise CT up to thorax, face, neck, and up to thorax. It's called PNS, neck, and thorax. So management of oral cancer, I told you, resect, reconstruct, I told you, there are various flap, and their pec major, I told, other flaps are also there, local flap, nasolabial flap, temporalis flap. Rehabilitate means if you remove rehabilitate, that you denture, and nowadays it is called implants and all come. Early detection of recurrence. Here, recurrence, if it comes, you should detect early. If it comes recurrence, I will do the surgery. Recurrence comes, again you have to detect recurrence early. What happens? You say you do the surgery, you do all the treatment, and majority of this oral cancer patient come from the low socioeconomic status. So they will not come for follow-up. They miss the follow-up. They lose the follow-up. That time, what happens? They will come suddenly when recurrence comes. Actually, I have made a protocol, and it's a standard protocol, and if first 1 year, every month you should come for follow-up. Second year, you should come every 3 months for follow-up. Third year, every 6 months for follow-up, and then some test we have to do to evaluate. This is about no smoking. Slogan is there. Take home message, cancer is curable if detected early. This I have told, and your role is very important. You detect early, we will cure, save lives. Stop using tobacco and tobacco-related products. Not only you should tell your friend, near dear, relatives, your patient. This is all educate about ill effect of tobacco, which I have already talked. Service to humanity is service to God, that we say. That's why we are into this profession. Otherwise, there are many other professions which we can also do. So thank you very much. Any question?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise.
Madam wants to ask.
Okay.
Yes. Please ask. Yeah, I wanted to come to this point. That I told you, majority of oral cancer is because of tobacco and tobacco-related. But few percentage is etiology is unknown, or there are other etiology, sharp tooth, and then there is this one denture, ill-fitting denture. What I talked about alveolus, carcinoma alveolus means tumor on the socket, tooth socket, where you place the denture. If the denture is ill-fitting, and if the denture chemical product is not good, over a period of time, it develops a lesion and leads to cancer. That is one. Second thing, sharp tooth. Sharp tooth will be keep impinging on the tongue. So the role of dental surgeon is very important. When a patient go with a sharp tooth, either he should grind the cusp of the tooth, or if it is not healing in spite after grinding, then you remove the tooth and wait for. With that, if the lesion is subside, that means it was not, it means cancerous lesion, it may be some ulcer. But sometimes that constant irritation of the sharp tooth leads to cancer, which we see. Many, especially in my experience of 25 years, see, many ladies will come and they will cry in front of us, doctor, we have not taken any product of kind of tobacco or tobacco-related product, and why cancer has come. That's what we don't know, where the etiology is unknown. I have been seeing one recently, some patient, he has not taken anything, nothing is the reason, and then also he has got carcinoma tongue. That's all, that answer we cannot say. That's what Vijay Kumar said, beyond our limit. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for very much for sharing your expertise and delivering such a wonderful session. We truly appreciate your valuable insights and the knowledge you have shared. Thank you once again for being a part of this program. I now request Professor Abid Ali Ansari, sir, Head Department of Mahiyatul Amraz, to present the memento and certificate of appreciation to our esteemed speaker, Dr. NADIMUL HODA, sir, as a token of gratitude and appreciation. Please welcome, sir, with a big round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Moving forward, it's now time to acknowledge and appreciate the creative efforts of our participants in the standalone poster presentation competition held as a part of today's CME program in collaboration with the Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Developmental Cell NIUM Bangalore. The theme of the competition was Preventive and Palliative Care for Cancer, Innovative Approaches from Unani Medicine Resources, a topic that beautifully reflects the spirit of integration between traditional wisdom and modern medical understanding. I request Dr. Hamiduddin, sir, Coordinator RIEDC, to please join us on the stage for the announcement of the results. And I request Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najar, Deputy Medical Superintendent and the Organizing Chairperson, to kindly do the honors. Please welcome them with a big round of applause. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Respected faculty, distinguished guests, and my dear students. We have just journeyed through a poster witnessing the profound depth and potential of Unani medicine in cancer, particularly preventive and palliative aspect. The task before our judge was challenging. Judge of this, luckily I am one of the judge, but there are 4 more judges in this event, which all you knows. As the judge evaluated this event on the basis of creativity, scientific rigor, and the potential of real-world impact with criteria such as novelty, innovation, scientific and Unani rationale, potential impact and relevance, clarity, visual impact, presentation, defense, and knowledge regarding that topic. The standard of, sorry to say that, standard of the posters were of moderate level, but all the participants need heartfelt, they need appreciation, because they had prepared these posters with very short notice of just 2 days. So they need a round of applause for this, what I think. And it is now my great honor to announce the winner of this poster competition. I will start from, there is no consolation prize in this, as already declared earlier. Third prize goes to Ahmad Shifa Fatima Shifra, second year Tahfuzi wa Samaji Tip. She can come on stage to take her trophy. Her poster topic was role of millet-based dietary supplement as KIDWAI in the management of Sartan. Actually can say in the preventive management. A review. Dr. Ahmad Shifa Fatima Shifra. Please join us in giving them a tremendous round of applause to our winner. Second prize goes to Dr. Chitra Priya. Her topic was polyherbal photoprotective sunscreen formulation, an innovative approach from Unani medicine resources. She had present a very beautiful idea because our Unani resources are full of sun protection drug which can be used locally and we can utilize it for photo protection. And last but not the least, the first prize might be, some voices are coming. That goes to Shifa Zafar for culinary Unani herbs for colorectal cancer, a preventive palliative continuum from gut to cure. Dr. Shifa Zafar from first year Ilmul Saidla department. 4 judges other than me were other than Saidla department. Okay. So marking is done by all 5 judges and aggregate was calculated. Okay. And but now I have there are there is no prize, but I am telling neck to neck finish after third position is Navedullah, and for just for give a round of applause for them, and Jilani Habib Arif. Okay. Now the anchor will continue the rest of the proceeding. Thank you very much. I am hopeful that next time you will prepare in better way.
I congratulate all the winners. We would also like to acknowledge and appreciate all the participants for their sincere efforts. Dear participants, as I call upon your name, please come on the dais to receive your certificates of appreciation. I call upon Dr. Al-Jilani Habib Arif to kindly come on the dais and receive the certificate of appreciation. Dr. Al-Jilani Habib Arif from the Department of Kuliyatatib. I call upon Dr. Mohammad Sameed Shah, from first year PG scholar from the Department of Tahaffuzi wa Samaji Tib. I call upon Dr. Muniba Haroon, first year PG scholar from the Department of Mayyatul Amraz. I call upon Dr. Nimra Irfan, third year PG scholar from the Department of Ilmul Kabala to Amraz and Isfahan. I invite Dr. Naveedullah, third year PG scholar from Department of Ilmul Saidla. I call upon Dr. Sheikh Muhammad Atif Afzal, third year PG scholar from the Department of Amraz Jild wa Taziniyat. At last, I would like to call upon Dr. Soda Aslam, second year PG scholar from the Department of Ilmu Sadla. Thank you very much, sir, for doing the honors. Last but not the least, it's time to felicitate the members of the organizing committee for their efforts and dedication in making this program a grand success. I congratulate all the members on the successful completion of this program. I request Dr. NADIMUL Huda, sir, Head Department of Oral Oncology, KIDWAI Memorial Institute, to do the honors and felicitate the members of organizing committee. Please welcome sir with a big round of applause. First of all, I invite our esteemed Deputy Medical Superintendent and the organizing chairperson, Dr. Firdaus Ahmed Najjar, sir, to kindly come forward and receive a memento as a mark of appreciation for his leadership and guidance. Please give sir a huge round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. I now call upon Dr. Nadia Khanum, the resident medical officer and the organizing secretary of today's event, to kindly come on the dais and receive the token of appreciation. Thank you very much, ma'am. I now request Dr. Muhammad Azam, sir, the clinical registrar and the joint organizing secretary of this program, to receive the token of appreciation. I would like to call upon Dr. Mohammed Asjid, sir, the clinical registrar and joint organizing secretary. Sir is not with us. Dr. Mohammed Azam will receive his appreciation token on his behalf. And finally, I would like to call upon Dr. Mazharul Islam, the clinical registrar and the joint organizing secretary of today's event, to receive the token of appreciation. Thank you very much, sir, for okay, sir. Sorry.
Sorry for this. I just last not about the science. I'll tell thanks to the organizer, thanks to the director, all the organizer, the wonderful program you have organized, and we brought Dr. Vijay Kumar. I wanted Dr. Vijay Kumar to be here because that will give a different aura for all of you, inspiration for all of you. That's why I talked about my journey in cancer from last 25 years. He is a mentor. He has guided me, made me here. Like that only, you should also excel in your profession. Everybody has got potential. Everybody has got fire. You have to ignite the fire. You do good in your profession. All profession is good. Everything is good. Wherever you are there, serve the society and serve the mankind. That's why we have entered into the medical profession. Last, I will tell you, I am working in KIDWAI from 25 years. Even I am an HOD of oral oncology. I will be associated with you people. Any patient from your side, irrespective of any cancer, oral cancer, I treat. Other cancer, I can use my good office, send it to my colleague and help them. You should help poor and needy when we are working. When God has given us a position, we should help poor, needy, downtrodden who is there. Thank you very much.
Apologies, I forgot one announcement. I request Dr. Hamiduddin, sir, the coordinator RIEDC, to come on the dais and receive the token of appreciation. Apologies. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. The efforts, teamwork, and dedication of all the organizing members have truly been instrumental in the smooth execution and success of today's program. Let's give them all a big round of applause. As we approach the conclusion of today's program, it's time to acknowledge and express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who made this event a success. Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Dr. Renuka B.N., pathologist, National Institute of Unani Medicine, to kindly come forward and extend our collective appreciation to everyone who contributed to success of today's CME program and inauguration ceremony. Please welcome ma'am with a big round of applause.
Good evening. Respected dignitaries, esteemed speakers, faculty members, delegates, dear participants, and all those who have attended this event. It's my privilege and honor to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee for this one-day CME program in cancer awareness. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Chief Patron, Dr. Syed Shah Alam Sir, Director NIUM Bengaluru, for being guiding light in organizing such enriching lectures, and without whose support this event wouldn't have taken its full shape. My sincere thanks to Dr. M. Vijay Vice Chancellor, Yenopoya, deemed to be University Mangalore, for gracing this occasion with his presence, inspiring words, and valuable insights. Your valuable contribution has enriched today's session and added a great academic strength to the CME program. We are deeply appreciative of the time, effort, and expertise you devoted to sharing your knowledge with us. Your encouragement and support have truly added great value for today's program. Our sincere thanks also extend to the distinguished speaker, Dr. NADIMUL HOD, Department of Oncology, KIDWAI Hospital, who shared his profound knowledge and clinical experience on various aspects of cancer. Your lectures have not only enriched our understanding, but also motivated us to apply these insights in our professional practice. We express our deep appreciation to the organizing chairperson, Dr. Firdaus Ahmad Najar, DMS, NIUM Hospital, and other organizing committee members, faculty members, and support staff, whose hard work and support has been crucial in bringing forward the CME program. Special thanks to all the hospital staff, Dr. Nadia Khanam, RMO, Dr. Mohammad Azam, Clinical Registrar, Dr. Azad Khan, Dr. Mazhar, Clinical Registrars, Dr. Sanjida Tabassum, Biochemist, and all other hospital staff for support given to this CME to happen in a great success. A special word of thanks to our auditorium in charge, Dr. Sadiq Ali, and all our participants for their enthusiastic involvement. We also thank our institutional authorities and technical team, housekeeping for the constant assistance in making this program possible. Also, I would like to thank the anchor and the volunteers who have made this program successful. Finally, we conclude this day with a renewed sense of purpose and commitments towards advancing cancer, awareness, prevention, and management for the betterment of our society. Thank you all once again for being a part of this enriching event, and we hope to gather again for such scholarly deliberations. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your heartfelt vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, I request each one of you to kindly rise and join us in honoring our country as we play the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you very much. A big shout out to our incredible audience. Thank you for joining us today. Before we say goodbye, I hereby announce for a delightful tea refreshment to wrap up this program on a cozy note. Let's enjoy some warm sips and sweet treats together. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful evening ahead.